The news, good evening. Since all schools and professional centers have reopened, special arrangements have been made to transport students to their respective institutions. This relates to social distancing measures due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Since yesterday, post-secondary students have been traveling on board private omnibuses and they are quite satisfied with this service. On the other hand, people that use public buses are still facing issues. Some have to wait for long hours before they can get a seat on the bus. And for its part, the SPTC has acknowledged that they are facing some challenges whilst providing services. The manager for operations at SPTC, Mrs. Bernadette Sofola, says they are using their resources at maximum and ensuring that students are getting to school before deploying the buses to workers, and that their buses have doubled the number of voyages they make in this COVID-19 situation.
Since yesterday, with the beginning of school term, SPTC has mobilized maximum of its resources to ensure the transportation of primary and secondary students, as well as members of the public, so that they can get to work. We acknowledge that SPTC is facing some challenges whilst we are trying to give good service to the general public in terms of capacity. That is, nowadays we are only able to take about 50% capacity on all our buses. And sometimes what happens is that commuters are left behind. They cannot get access to the first bus. They have to wait a little longer.
And there is currently no positive cases of COVID-19 in Seychelles. The last 3 patients to recover from the virus are under observation in the quarantine center at Berjaya. However, Public Health Commissioner Dr. Jude Chelion says that social distancing needs to continue as a precaution. He added that in due course, they are planning to advise people traveling on buses to wear masks due to the fact that there are not enough public buses to cater for travelers. Thermal scanners are also expected to be installed in schools to facilitate daily health screening, while state schools will be assisted by more community health nurses.
That we have discharged the last case from the treatment facility. So the family hospital is now empty. It's on standby to accommodate any new case. The person has been transferred to Berjaya. So we do not have anybody who's tested positive since we last had the interview. As regards to implementation of plan for the new normal, MDAs and private sectors as well have been working very hard. We've had very good engagement with the faith-based organization, with the private sector, with most government entities, and they are working hard to roll out the new ways of doing things under the pillars of vigilance, improved hygiene, and social distancing. When they're doing these things, we tell them that it has to be done as you maximize benefit, you minimize the risk. So this has to be followed, and we're happy to note that there is a lot of good effort. But a lot of this good effort is being undone by the behavior of some people, especially when it comes to weekend, when there is a lot of gathering around public places, beaches, even at private households. Some restaurants even are holding parties in large groups. That's very irresponsible.
Agencies associated with maritime security have today discussed how best they can address maritime security issues. The meeting at the State House was chaired by President Danny Ford. It follows measures announced by the President in response to the threat of COVID-19. It was held with the aim of reviewing the existing system in place and maintain effective maritime monitoring.
Well, the new regulation maritime space is all based on health restrictions that is there for COVID. And this health restriction, for example, will tell you your social distancing in doing these activities, how many people, what types of report that you have to do before going, requesting permission from the authorities, which was not been necessary, was there before. But these are new stuff that we have to dive into to be able to put a hand in the maritime space against COVID.
The Minister for Civil Aviation has told the National Assembly that no decision has been taken yet to renew the contract of the outgoing Chief Commercial Officer of Air Seychelles. Minister Didier Doglé says the vacancy has been advertised locally and also overseas. Two Seychellois working for Air Seychelles as well as the outgoing commercial officer have applied for the job. The Pile Group, together with its supplier, Calidad de Pascual, has made a donation of over 29,000 yogurt and milkshakes, as well as toys and other accessories like towels and umbrellas, to the Department of Health and also the police. They say the donation has been given to the two departments as they have played a major role to put the situation under control during the COVID-19 situation. It was the Deputy CEO of the Healthcare Agency, Kathleen Cecile, and Assistant Superintendent Hendrik Leon, who accepted the donation amounting to 280,000 rupees from the CEO of the Pile R Group, Mr. Ramu Pile.
You know what, when COVID-19, everybody is, when lockdown, stay with the family, safe with the family. These health people and these police people not get chances to spend the time with the family, and the kids and wives and like that. This is the reason we selected some toys for the kids. We give something back to the family to be enjoyed together. You know, this is the make way to, we have this opportunity to thanks that police families and that Ministry of Health families to thanks. This is our opportunity to play our group. We need to be work together again to be very careful with the COVID-19. Is left from Seychelles, but not left in the world.
And with this, we've come to the end of this news summary. Thanks for watching.